welcome back to an episode of We Are About to Draw a Sword. Haha, what a nice cliffhanger. Now, let's do that with, obviously, X, because that marks the spot. Ah, that is really well. How does he actually move his arms? There's only a bone connecting it, and if there's only a bone, there's nothing else that would connect the signals from the rest of the arm to the body. Weird. Whatever. So we can right click to do this. That's a nice one. This is actually a really interesting way of giving you a tutorial on how to fight. That's pretty neat. So they wait it out. You just click the buttons once, and hopefully you remember all of that. But most of the time, and I'm also stuck for some reason. Maybe I have to talk to Captain Aldous Thorpe.
You! Come closer. Your captain needs you. There's something wrong. I'm not feeling right.
Okay. What happened?
That devil storm. What in the nine hells was that about? And where is my box? I need my box. Did you take it? You bilge rat.
Oh, come on. What's in the box?
Something isn't right. To come so close. It's not fair. What's happening to me? I can't die. Not like this.
Yeah. This is not a quest that you need to accept. It's more like continue what is happening here. Alright. Is he turning into a zombie? Oh, look at that. He turned into roots. Discarded items. Well, he didn't really discard it. He maybe lost it. Whatever. So, let's see. One round shield and a light ration. Perfect, perfect, perfect. What are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that? View the items in your inventory. Drag or double click them in there. Okay. Like right clicking does not do that. At least. Oh. No, wait a minute. This is the item that we have at the moment. You can also change skin. That's neat. Like you can... Okay, I double clicked by accident. So what about that one? I can right click it. Right click the light ration to equip it. Okay. I just want to right click it for some reason. I don't know. Like right clicking seems to be much more... I'm much more used to right clicking items. Like that's usually what interaction is. Or actually it's like right click opens up a menu with more stuff to do. But usually it's an instant action. And then moving things around is left click most of the time. Anyway, close the inventory with tap. Consume food and drink restore. Oh, you can't even move forward if you don't do that. And he's not even nibbling on it. So, this is how easily you can restore yourself. So we got a 20-minute boost, which does something. And also a health regeneration thing. So, okay, seize crouch. Neat. Yeah, that was that. What about... Ah, look at that. If I let go of that... Like, you can move around, right? How do you holster your weapon? H? No. Press H while looking at a player to access social comments. No, that's not what I want to do. How do I... whatever. At some point, the game will probably tell me the button again. Don't want to look in the menu for how to holster things. Jumping allows you to move over objects. No shit. Look. Okay. Are we... It's not even a jump. Look at that. We're getting moved upwards. Like... He's getting upward momentum without even jumping. Like he's not going down and then up. He's just getting sucked into the air. This is not a jump. It's more like a pull upwards. Really. See that? Like he tries to jump. But actually what's happening is he just bends the knees and that is it. Anyway. What I want to do is like sprint somehow. Whatever. We are supposed to get across the river as it seems. So what else do we have in here? And he always turns around if we do that. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, yeah, I know I can do jumping. Yeah, wait a minute. I want to know what this buff is doing. Recovers 1% of your health every 2.5 seconds for 20 minutes. Okay. 1% of the health, so that's a percentage regeneration. That's pretty neat. So the more health we have, the better the regeneration from these thingies will become. Very neat. Whoa, combat. Oh yeah. That looks pretty sweet. Does it? I have a strange feeling that it actually changes a little bit, but no, it just becomes one with the background. So, drowned sailor. Hello there. Is there a way for me to, I don't know, kill you without getting noticed? Looks like it. Bam. And, oh, okay. I didn't want to get hit though, but anyway. We don't seem to get any items from that. Pretty neat. Is there a way to, like, figure out if you can interact with items or not? Like a glow kind of thing? Yeah. Jumping allows you to move across objects, but not all objects are jumpable. That makes things a bit iffy. What's this? Nah, nothing. Alright. Oh, nice. Okay, so as long as we hold down the... No, we can't block. Okay, we can only block if we are ready to do things. So now it's still 50 and we are still holding, but it's not regenerating once we let go of it. Ah, okay. So we cannot regenerate our stamina while holding the block, which is good for PvP. A little bit annoying if there are a bit too many enemies, but alright, we can manage. So how am I... Whoa. Bam! Stabby stab and bam! Okay, wait a minute. How do I do the hold down attack actually? Like, swing is this and click to swing. Click to swing. 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 Like, how can it be possible that a random dude is able to do a double spin slash attack? See that? That's normal. This is not normal. Right? And it goes back in. 2 and double spin. 1, 2, double spin. This double spin is like, okay, this is the 1, 2 and hold. Okay, the thing that I want to try to do is like hold it and let go quicker. So hold, bam, hold it, bam. Okay, so maybe we have a way to change the damage of that. So let's see. Let's hold it down. Bam. So this is for the 84 damage. And let's just hold it down only a little bit. That's not what I want to do. Bam. Okay. So if you hold down strike a little bit long. Okay. What about the normal slash? 81. So there's not really that much of a difference between a heavy attack and a not so heavy attack. And enemies don't drop their weapons as usual. Okay. Is there a way to run though? I mean, it looks like we are running already, but there's a run toggle button. I don't know which one it is. That's not it. That's not it. Like, it could be shift, it could be... Okay, so control is the walk thingy. But, I like to toggle those thingies though. So that might be a climb thing. Forward plus space. Okay. Does that work with every object or only with the ones that are painted in the obvious white? Okay. Also works on the sides. Does it also work backwards? Yes. Alright. So there might be a general jump function in here. Can I get on top of that plank though? No. You have to like walk against an obstacle that has like a ledge to grab on or something. So let's see this one. Another drowned sailor. Reach higher ground to get a better view. Sure. Sure. Now, how do we do that? Disrupt enemy blocks with heavy attacks. Holding longer increases the attack's damage. Sure. Like, holding it down does not really increase the damage. I tested that. Okay. That's nice. K for getting upgrades there. Sword and shield. Do I really want to get that? No. To be honest, I want to get another weapon. Rapier sounds kind of cool. It's one of those fancy-ish kind of weapons. But this one is a sword and shield. But do we get like rapier and shield? Then we have a hatchet, warhammer, the obvious one. But actually a spear has greater reach, which is always good. What about bows and muskets? Not quite sure. When it comes to magic, Ice Gauntlet sounds cool. But sadly it's only 3 magical weapons. But alright, it's a start. Do I go with the life stuff, fire stuff, ice gauntlet? Let's just try the life stuff at one point, but let's just see. A pairing of melee-focused weapons that, when combined, offer solid offense and defensive capabilities. Utilizes a combination of arcing swings and lunges for the offensive melee attacks and a shield to maximize defense. The light attack deals 100 slash damage. The light ender attack does 105%, which is not that much of a difference there. The heavy attack is 120, which is a bit more. Charge heavy attack is also thrust damage. Okay. So there's a difference between slash and thrust damage. That might be the difference between knocking enemies backwards and getting through their shield and just doing normal damage or something like that. So you just click on that. Sure. Choose an ability. You have 1 unspent mastery point. So deals 145 weapon damage to all foes within 2 meters. Nice AoE. But the problem with AoE is, like it is kind of cool. Well, I'm going for the one with the lesser cooldown, obviously. But rushes forward 5 meters, knocking back foes and dealing 125. Okay, the charge is pretty sweet. Like this one only does AoE damage, and we can basically swing and do the same thing, right? Only for like 100% damage. But this one has a movement ability, and this is always cool. So 5 meters might be a decent distance there. What about the rest though? But I don't think that while holding a sword, all group members' damage is increased by 10%. Pretty neat. What about that one? Formation, while blocking, reduce damage to all enemies within 2 meters. Nice. More like a Spartan kind of thing. And on successful hit, all enemies within 5 meters of you are 30% slower. Nice. On successful hit, all enemies within 5 meters gain 10% for weaken. Okay. What about that one? Whirling Blade, rend the enemy, reduces target's armor. Whirling Blade reduces cooldown on ability by 10% for each enemy hit. Oh, now that's good. That forces you to play very offensively and right into the enemy. Leap 6 meters and deal 135% weapon damage. Sadly, it only has a 25% cooldown. If you hit a foe below 30%, deal 50% damage, sure. If leaping strike hits a target in the back or slow for 200 milliseconds. What else? While health is full, deal 50% more damage. Deal 10% more damage to slow foes. Slowed foes. Okay, so I have to slow them first. Move 30-50% faster while blocking. Well, that's nice. Well, we move faster while blocking, but movement with blocks is still too slow. Sword critical strike chances increased a little bit. A stab attack that deals 170 millisecond damage, pretty neat. Reverse stab now has grit, making the attack unstoppable. Oh, that's cool. Unsuccessful hit with reverse stab or sword cooldowns are reduced by 25%. Oh, that's good. So this is like a in-betweeny kind of attack there. Taunt jump, I think I'm going to go for the standard dash into the enemy. Problem is it has this. When you block with a shield, all shield skills recharge 1%. So the problem with the block, right, is that you have to get hit by it. It says when you block with a shield, do I need to go into block mode or do I have to block an attack? Shield bash causes greatly increased threat, 100% more damage. Deals weapon damage and stuns foes in front of it. Well, the thing is, this is not really the offensive thing I want, and the reason for this build is usually because it has a shield. So let's just go for the shield thing. That's Q. Okay. Strength and dexterity damage scales with. Nice one. Very interesting. So how does that work? Okay, it's not instant, it takes a little while. What about that? Auto run allows you to sprint and traverse obstacles. Yeah, about that. I think I have to reset this button a little bit. Key binding, auto run, this one. Toggle and run walk. No, this is just the toggle between the stuff. But yeah, wait a minute. this one has to be that. Yes, I want to switch that around. This one is hold. Yeah, we don't care that much about it. And auto run will be this one. Mouse number 5. Perfect. Why is there this little thingy up here? Makes no sense. Ah, that's neat. Ah, perfect. Auto run is usually something on the mouse though. But I think I have to move this onto another button at some point. Or maybe I can use one of the upper buttons because I don't use them that often. I usually use the lower ones a lot. So what I can do now is... Wait a minute. What is this? Unable to bind key K, reserved for character... Oh, okay. So I have to unbind that thing in the system. Just give me a second. So, where's my mouse thingy? That is button K. Do I have something else for it? That's the thing. What kind of other button would there be that I could use for it? I could use like U, the buttons that no one really uses. So, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Let's just try this. Crouch toggle? No, damn it, not crouch toggle. Auto run could be U. Perfect. Perfect. So I can use this on here and change the button to another one. What was it? Fire key? Is it a fire key? No. Damn it, what is it? It's a keyboard key. There we go. Keyboard key U. What? That's not U. That's weird. Okay. Alright, apply. It's sadly not U. Okay, what about number 6 though? 6 is on the other side. Alright, so let's go back. Damn it. And close that. So, it's sadly not this one. Damn it, they are not getting recognized. That's not good. So for some reason, A and U are getting recognized by the game, but they're not getting recognized by the by the mouse software for some reason. That is not good. Maybe I did something wrong here. Just give me another second. That is not cool. Keyboard shortcut and U. 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 Damn it! Like, why does the game not recognize the right command for that? That's weird. Like, if I open the editor, what does it say? Cancel? U. Yeah. That is weird. So, for some reason, the software does not allow for A and U buttons, which is so weird. Huh. Alright, that is weird. That is absolutely weird. Come on, keyboard key. I want A and U. Why does that not work? That's a comma. That's another one. No. It does not get the brackets though. Alright. So the 2 brackets aren't working, so let's try the other ones. Let's try that one. Number 6 will be this one. Alright. So it's still buttons that I don't tend to use a lot. So let's see. Let's close that one down and hope that it works. Auto run will be... Yes! Now it's all of a sudden. Thank you. That's weird. It's not really... the game and the mice don't like each other very much. But the actual problem is not with the game, but in this case it's with the mouse. Not cool. Absolutely not cool. But alright, at least now I managed to get a good button in here. But what I really want is a mouse that just gives you mouse button number 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. And the Windows should actually recognize the additional mouse buttons and just do it without going into the in-between steps of using the keyboard. But yeah, this is usually not really necessary because I tend to overdo it a lot. So wait a minute, there's some other thing I need to do real quick. Just give me a moment. Where's my mouse? Okay, mouse over here. Because for some reason I have a strange thought that Yeah, the cooling capabilities aren't that. Actually, the cooling capabilities are great enough. That's good. Let's keep it that way. Let's see what happens. It's just that the CPU is extremely hot. It's one of the 10 series Intel CPUs. Ooh! Need. No! Well, descend into the grotto to investigate the smoke. Sure. Okay, there really is not unmovable terrain, but whatnot terrain. What do we have? What else do we have here? Okay, maybe just for safekeeping, so you don't mess up anything. That looks so cool, but why is it getting sucked up into a vortex up there? Is all of this the new world, or does the new world actually appear once we step through that stuff? Oh no, I think I know what's going to happen. But this is the obvious thing here again. Wait a minute, how do you... Damn it, how do you sheath your weapons again? It's not H. Sheathing weapons. Which button is sheathing weapons? It's not R, it's not T, it's not this. I want to know what sheathing weapon is. Damn it. There's a sheath weapon thing. Sheath, X. Alright, I actually thought that you cannot go backwards for some reason. Like, this is one of those ledges that looks very suspicious. Why is there lightning happening all the time? There we go. Another one. Something is glowing reddish, and I don't know what it is. Boom! Time for a boss fight. Why is this here? We are not in Dark Souls anymore. Is this the same guy? Can he teleport, or is this another one? Oh, that move is so cool. Ooh. And he also grew inside.
I know the island's secret. Now I know true power.
Oh, okay. He does a double spin. So what we have to do is go backwards twice, I presume. Damn it. Okay. So the game does not allow you to responsively... Okay. Okay, and another one. Uh-oh. And strike forward. Okay, we... Doesn't really allow for... Ah, damn it. Oh, the double spin is always iffy. Okay, I think I want to try something. Can I fight in crouch mode? No, okay, it's not working. What's going on? Why is this guy burning? Okay. That is weird. That's really weird. Okay. And now we're getting ported somewhere else entirely. Great. Investigate the watchtower. Yeah, this is... That's nice. DPS looking for depth, sure. Everybody's looking for any group here, but come on. Oh, a stone. Flint. Flint what? Flint and nitro bite. And... Oh, wait a minute. How do I open tab? Is there a maximum amount of stuff that we can carry? Repair parts? 0 out of 1,000. Coin is capped at 500,000 and 2 slide. Like, why is there the smaller units in here? There's no reason for this. Just... There really is no reason for it. Like, having sense in here. No reason. Like, this is some relic of olden times where you had a coin, and in order to kind of make the coin worth a little bit less so you can sell cheaper goods or something like that, you had to cut it into smaller parts or maybe exchange it with other sorts of coins. So like turning gold into like silver coins or like some bronze pennies or whatnot. But this right here, it doesn't matter because there's no need in order to cut things down a little bit. You can just say 500,000 and that's it. Or just say like 50 mil. Why is it not 9 mil? Like, why has it be 5? Whatever. Repair parts are a unique resource used to repair items, usually. Parts cannot be traded, sold, or purchased to receive more salvage weapons and armor items you no longer need. Interesting. That's actually very, very weird. So in order to repair things, you have to do the work yourself. You cannot just ask other people for it. Well, actually, what you can do is you can ask other people for it, but you cannot trade the tools for it. That's an interesting thing. I don't know if you can actually give someone else an item in order to repair it or whatnot. But that would be an interesting dynamic in here, that they can just run away. Oh, we got some skins here. What do we got? Ooh, the Bloodthirsty Count looks kind of cool. Limited time. 14,000. What's this? Yeah, we can top it off. Like, how much is that? Are you mental? Obviously. Another cash grab. Okay. Okay. And then there's, of course, the incentive to spend more in order to get the extra bonuses, so you save a little bit. Nice. So, is there a way to buy things with normal currency, or is there a way to get these currency? Ah, there's, of course, die, yes. For the late game. Waiting emote, free, yes. Can I unlock? Unlock for 0, yes. Transaction in progress, obviously. Now we got waiting. Haha. Why are there free emotes? But there aren't that many emotes. Look at this. Courteous applause. Oh, that's pretty sweet. But this is also one thing that you could get if you get the slightly more limited version of it. But I have to say, giving you the option to... Well, no, actually, the having... I don't know. Because using emotes gives you better interactions with other people. Therefore, there is a certain social drive towards getting more emotes, just to make things useful. What is this? Single use only, world transfer. Okay. So if you mess up and selected the wrong thing, you can do that, which is okay. But yeah, what do we got here? Black Widow stuff, weapon. We don't even know what that is. Or is this a stuff that you can use for anything? But having a skin is kind of counter towards a good balanced game, I would say. Because what you then need to know is what kind of weapon the enemy is using without seeing the skills, right? As long as you see what skills they use, then everything is fine. But in this case, you cannot infer the capabilities of the enemy just by the skin, because the skin usually has no impact on the game itself. Or on the mechanics. So let's say you were using a fiery stuff or something, then this Black Widow stuff wouldn't help you that much. So what else we got? We got company. There's a store right next to the settings. Sweet. All right. What else we got? We got a map. Territory standings. Nice. How? Whoa. Okay. There's a wind ward. There's the first flight thing, which gives it away pretty much. This one is 1 to 25. 1 to 25. Okay, this is the early game. E-fall, early game. Monarchs, bluffs, early. And the further north you go, the higher the levels become. Maximum seems to be 60. 60 plus for the Shattered Mountain. Alright. What is this? Urban Scale Reach Village. You can only fast travel while in a settlement, outpost, or spirit shrine. Interesting. So, and fast travel cost is like 75 magical units. What is this? Base cost. This, I don't even know what this thing is. It just tells you the icon. Everybody knows what it means, but no one can pronounce it. That's weird. So, upcoming wars. Nah, we don't need the wars. Like, this game somehow reminds me of Black Desert for some reason. It has a similar layout. The only thing that it actually does better, it gives you... It has a better user interface, which is... I like really well. That is pretty neat. So what about... what other thing we have? Like, overview in all companies? Okay. The Alpha Chicken, Demon Slayer, of course, they are Demon Slayers. Ebo Glazers, Legion, and so on and so forth. The Polish WDKA, Polish UDKA, they are United. What else we got? Merthile, Sveki, the Irish God, the Plague Inc., the Red Right Hands, the Warhound Hounds, WTH. Interesting. So 51 plus members. That's sweet. That's 51 plus. You don't even know how many they have. It could be more than 1,000. Must be in faction to create a company. Okay, what does that want to do? Companies are groups of players to band together, sure, and enhance the online experience. Faction alignment. The company you create will be aligned with the faction you've selected. Okay, you can invite other players to your company who are also within the same faction, but not from other factions, I think. Can you switch factions, though? Benefits of owning territory. Discount for fast travel, 70%. Wow. But only to certain areas, I think. Discount on houses in first light. Factions, but only in first light. Is it only in this area or is it also in another one? Because that can kind of force players to move to certain areas, having this these discounts in place. And then you can move them to other areas if you unlock other discounts again. And stop the previous ones. Resource containers in town only for faction members. Access first light storage from any settlement controlled by your faction. Whoa. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, that's pretty good. Territory government in war. Only companies can declare war and siege territories to take them over. As governor of a territory, your company earns coin through taxes, gets huge discounts on fast travel, and contributes to the success of your whole faction. Okay, so it's all about improving the faction. But what is the faction? Communicate and group up easily with company members. See when members are last line and so on and so forth. So this is basically a guild. But I want to know more about factions. What's that? That's a chat? Yeah. So what do we have here? Territory standing, resource resource locations. So there is the... Okay, that's weird. Oh, that's bullshit. See that? I'm hovering over a territory and it gets highlighted, but I'm actually on top of this here. This thing should be highlighted once I move the mouse over it. Yes. Oh, this is bad UI design. I've seen a similar problem in a different kind of game, which was a little bit older actually. It's kind of strange. Why do you... Wait. You need to have a certain depth check for this, or a certain layer variable, so that if something else has a higher value, like this one, let's say the one at the bottom has 1, and then the thing on top of that, let's say this one has 10, and then we have a few set values in between for these markers in here in order to move them between and whatnot, in order to make it look nice. But yeah, so you go up in factors of 10. So this is this would be 1, this would be 10, and then you have, let's say, what else do you have? You would have 100 for everything that is on top of that. Let's say another window kind of opens, or actually not 100, 20 would be on top of that. So there's always the same additional points between. So this icon, for example, is like 11, then this little one up here is like not 11 but 12, and so on and so forth. So and then what you need in here is a check for the hovering over a certain icon or whatnot, so that this does not happen. Because those two actually interfere with each other, like this HISOP thingy and the map thing. They shouldn't be highlighted at the same time. Actually, even if I move it up here, it shouldn't be highlighted at the same time. How would you program that? Wait a minute. you would check for the overlap first. And then you check for the Z value, let's call it that. The depth value. And then you go for the highest one. In this case, it's this. That gets highlighted. Huh. Yeah, well, like you check what you're hovering over. You check what is active, because it can be that you close this down. Now it's gone. So you check what's there, then you check what's active, and then you check for the highest value, and this one triggers the overlay function. So that's weird. Why? Strange. So then we also got a journal with like locations and side missions and a souvenir thing. We got like a few 0.19 coin. Of course. What about the character? Oh, yes. Let's just read up on this in order to get more background information on that. Because I want to know what this is. And then we can continue with the exploration of the area in the next episode, really. So it's more a getting used to the stuff in this game. Continue your story to join a faction, sure. Oh, what's this? Using bonuses in first light. Ah, okay. Can you only... Interesting. So you can only activate uses for bonuses in certain areas, I think. And you cannot take them over to other lands, it seems. Anyway, view leveling rewards. What do we got here? So we got like 5, 10, 15, 20. Does it go even higher? I don't know. That must be the experience bar for the next level up or something. First light, Everfall, and so on and so forth. We got a second weapon slot. There are only 2 weapons, right? But you have some kind of next and previous weapon change mechanic in here, which makes no sense if you only have 2 weapons. So what else we got? We got strength attribute points. Strength. 5% damage to melee weapon, light attacks, and 10% mining speed. Okay, so the stronger you are, the better your mining is, and these weapons get boosted by this. This is pretty sweet. I like this, because this gives you information on what value or what attribute point boosts what kind of weapon. And you don't need to hover over this in order to know or to read a very, very long paragraph in order to figure out this is swords and so on. So it's not hidden behind some overlay thing like this one here. This is more specific, so that's something that can be hidden. But this right here is pretty useful. Primary attributes for the warhammer, great axe, sword, and hatchet. Secondary attribute for the spear. Oh. Okay. Interesting. But it's a bit iffy to discern primary attributes like this. And secondary attributes like the spear, for example. There's a different kind of opacity on the whitish hue on this one. So this one you can see a little bit clearer than that one, but it's a bit iffy. I would rather see a certain spacing in here, so you know primary stuff is here, then there's a spacing, and then there's the spear. It would be much more apparent this way than having a slight shift in opacity. That's a little bit weird. Yeah, that's a little bit weird. Like, you can discern it, yes, but it's a bit... Alright. So, what else we got? Hatchet, scales with strength and dexterity. Wait, what? Yeah, strength and dexterity. Strength and dexterity again. So we have a spear, we got the musket, we got the rapier, and the bow. Interestingly, I wanted to go for the spear and the rapier in this case. Well, actually some kind of a shielding thing. That would mean swords. So that means I have to go for 2 attributes in order to maximize them. But I have no idea how the scaling works in this game right now. What do we got? 10% damage to melee weapon, heavy attacks, and so on and so forth. How does that work? 5 strength point. That's pretty self-explanatory. Mana regenerate, vitals, 100% max this. Okay, it doesn't really say how much mana you have, just how much it regenerates. Very interesting. So the only thing that increases is the health bar. Mana replenishes over time. Huh, very interesting. So, dexterity. What does it do? Primary for, of course, the bow, rapier, spear, and musket. The thing is, it's not sorted in the way it is displayed over here. This one starts with a bow and ends with a musket, and this one has it spear, musket, rapier, bow. At least have it in the same order as in the text up here, so you can know, like, if you don't know what all of those weapons are, you can kind of infer it. Like, this one starts, for example, with the warhammer, obviously, which is the one in the center, and this one starts with the bow, which is the one at the end. So it's whatever. The secondary one is for the sword and the hatchet. Again, what kind of order is this? So weird. Or is it? It's not even reverse order. It's just completely random. Intelligence. So 10% damage to light and heavy magic attacks, and harvest speed. Harvest speed for like plants, I believe. Skinning. Okay, you need to be dexterous for skinning. 20% haste for zones of damage. Thrust damage. And dodges cost a little bit less. Bonus backstab, handshot damage, and skinning speed again. So skinning speed happens twice. Point number 1 and point number 4. Both of them 10%. Mining speed 10. And another 10. Alright. Encumbents. What's encumbents? Damage to melee weapon. Heavy attack. Stamina damage from melee weapon, light and heavy attacks. Decrease in weight of mined items. Oh! Decrease in weight of mined items. What? So, it's not that you can carry more. It's about that the weight of the item decreases if you are stronger, which is a little bit counterintuitive. It's a bit too much calculation. Stamina regen is faster while performing light and heavy attacks with a melee weapon. 10% yield increase when mining. Oh, wait a minute. This is a yield increase. Okay. So you get more, or you can harvest faster. Very interesting. What else we got? Light and heavy attacks with a melee weapon gain grit. And grit is like the... You cannot block things or something like that. 25% chance to mine an ore with a single swing. Okay, same thing for this, I think. No, guaranteed critical hit after dodge roll. Ooh, can only be triggered after 10 seconds. So, okay, that would be interesting. What can critically hit, right? An ammo has a 15% chance of being returned. Okay. 15% chance of getting returned. That's pretty neat. But having a 10-second dodge roll crit might be pretty sweet as well. So you go for glass cannon, you roll until you get this trigger thing after 10 seconds, and then you do the crit. Then you walk around the enemy again, and then you do the crit. Rinse and repeat, basically. Another thing you could do is maybe focus on your health in this case. Why do I have a plus up here? Scales with constitution? Oh, this is the thing that gets improved by this this attribute. It's the health. That's why it's a plus. Primary attribute for overall health, obviously. So now, yeah. What about intelligence? This one was the harvest speed. Let's just focus on that one. Damage to light and heavy magic attacks. 10 plus. Plus 10% to critical hit damage. Is it also? No, thrust. Damage to melee weapon heavy attacks. Okay. So this one is heavy, this one is thrust, and this one... What if you have a heavy, thrust, crit attack, right? So you could basically combine all three of them in order to do a nice thing. So what you need for this? You need a sword and shield. Then you are going to do a thrust thing, I think. And the thrust is usually a heavy attack, considered to be. And then sometimes it crits, of course. That's really weird. Chance for 1 Azov when harvesting. That might be one of those bluish ingredient thingies. Plus 15% to elemental damage. And 10% decrease in weight of harvested items. Same thing. Decrease in weight of skinned and a decrease in weight of mined items. Yeah, so the items get lighter for some reason. Very interesting. It's not that you have... Actually, you can have it a different way. Like all of your items, your harvested items have a specific part of your inventory that gets dedicated to them. And it increases or decreases depending on how many items there are. But this one would basically multiply... Yeah, wait a minute. It would actually change the amount of weight that you could carry. Ah, maybe this is how they did it. So, then we have a harvesting speed again. Skinning speed, same thing. 10% mana after dodge. Okay. Does it mean that I have to actually dodge things, or that I need to just dodge roll in order to get additional mana? So, this one would mean that I have to almost get hit, which is a bit too risky. 30% chance of duration to... again, 30% duration to damage over time spells. So that's basically a 30% increase in damage. Or health, or... No, it's just damage. 10% yield increase when harvesting. Same thing here. And 30% damage on first hit on full health target. Okay. So this is how you would initiate a fight, and then you would switch to another weapon, I think. 10% reduction in Azov travel cost. Oh, that's good. But this is weird. Like, you would basically start from afar with like intelligence and some magical uses and whatever, and then you go into the close combat, and then you try to be a bit more specific about that. But you can only have 2 weapons, so it would be good for you to have something like intelligence weapon, and then you either focus on strength or dexterity in order to boost that stuff. But what about focus? Focus is, of course, the life stuff. There's fire stuff, there's ice stuff, there's rapier, and there are muskets, which is the secondary thing for intelligence. Oh, that's weird. So the bow is... Oh, wait a minute. What's the bow? Scales only with dexterity. So some of these weapons split up, and some of them are purely single attribute based. So the Great Axe is strength, Warhammer is strength, and the other weapons are somewhat different, or differentiate between strength and dexterity. And then we have this is a mix, this is a mix, this is a mix, and bow is a single dexterity, the only dexterity item, pure dexterity item. Then we have intelligence on fire and ice gauntlets, and then a mix for the rapier and the musket, because for some reason you need intelligence for rapiers. But okay, that means I'm really going for rapiers, it seems like it, because dexterity and intelligence. Great, great, great. But do we have anything else? I could go with a bow with intelligence, but no. I think I'm going to go for a pure dexterity based build. So, yeah, Azov travel cost. Let's go for focus. What about that one? Primary cost for the life stuff. So over here, the only thing that scales with focus. There's no mix between all of that. So that means if you're a pure healer, then sunk cost a lot. Plus 10% mana regeneration, right? Which is good. 10% fishing line tension. So the better your focus, the better your fishing. And actually it kind of makes sense, right? Because if you are a fisherman, then what usually happens is you stand next to the waters and don't do anything. So you're very pacifistic, friendly, whatever, peaceful. So you're not doing anyone any harm. So having a life stuff also work with this is kind of interesting. But yeah, doing like mining and other stuff also means that you don't really do any harm. But usually if you fish, you are not really fighting with anyone. So what else we got? 20% to mana pool. Plus 10% yield increase when salvaging. What is Oh, that's cool. So you can just take things apart, get more salvage out of it, and the more focus you have, the better. That's cool. But 20% bonus to mana pool. That's the only thing that boosts your mana pool. How does that work? It's a primary attribute for the life stuff, but what does focus do? It just says it's a primary attribute for a certain weapon, but what does it boost if I get another point in it? Whatever. We got this thing, then 20% healing output. Okay, decreased carry rate of fish. Same as the other stuff. Then we got fishing line tension. Like you have harvesting speed or fishing line tension. Does it mean that a higher tension in a fishing line makes it faster or just safer? I don't know. Duration on casted buffs. Alright, is 20% stronger. Interesting. Can you backstab someone with a magical weapon? I don't know. 3% mana on any self or group kill. Okay, that means offensive use of your healers is actually encouraged. Quite nice. 10% increase to caught fish size. This is also the yield increase on harvesting. So the larger the fish, maybe the more meat you can get out of it, whatever. When your mana hits 0, gain 200% mana regen for 10 seconds. And it's on a 30-second cooldown, which means it's almost always present. So if you have one fight, you can basically go all out, use up all of your mana, and with a bit of luck the enemy's dead. But in this case you can use up all of your mana, then it regenerates fairly quickly, and then you can go through this again for the next 10 seconds, and then usually the strong enemy is dead, and then you can do this. It could also maybe help if the enemy is doing an awful lot of damage and you need to heal a lot. I don't know. 10% cooldown reduction for fast travel. Wait a minute, that's another fast travel, wasn't it? Ammo? No. 9 and all with a single swing. Reduction in Ace of travel cost, yeah. This one reduces the cost. And this one reduces the cooldown for travel. But how much does it take for the to travel? Yeah, this is Constitution, overall health bar, whatever. We don't have a point yet, and I don't know if you respec, no point spent. Maybe you have to click on accept in order to place the point in here. I don't quite know. The reason for like clicking on the plus and then clicking on accept is nicer, because then you have a before and after comparison, right? So all health consumables are 20% stronger and 10% logging speed. Increases max health by 10% of your physical armor. So the better your physical armor, the better your health. And 10% reduction on durability loss for tools. Whoa. That's the only thing that does it. So Constitution is more a mining-oriented focus. Very interesting. So minus 10% to crit damage taken. Alright. And 10% decrease in weight of locked. Okay, it's the same thing. Then you have 20% increase to armor. And 10% logging speed. Then 80% reduction of damage when on full health. And it has a 60-second cooldown. What does that mean? Damage reduction when full health. 60-second cooldown. Does it mean it's always present? And once you are below that, and you again are healed back to 100%, or like to full health, you can't do this for the next minute. That's interesting. 80% damage reduction when full health. That basically means you have an effective, well, almost effective health of 180%-ish. The formula might be a little bit different, but it basically means that. But only for the first swing. So, and with a bit of luck, this is an awfully high crit that you can take. So this is very good for tanks if they try to initiate. But the thing is, you can only take this once, and then you have to be taken out of battle. So what you have to do is have some kind of like tank rotation in there. So there's one tank every minute that can take this strong hit there. But that is very, very complicated. Well, cumbersome, not complicated. 20% duration of stun, slow, and root spells bonuses. Okay. Root spells, sure. 25% chance to chop down a tree in a single swing, similar to the instant mining ability. And there we have also the level 2 for the Worn Sword. Common gear score is 100. Damage, crit chance, critical damage multiplier. But this is only the stuff on the item. What about our actual stats? Right, because the actual stats might be a bit different once we have a few points placed in there. Alright. Blocking stability is 20%. Blocking stamina damage is 30. Slash damage is 80. Interesting. Scales with dexterity and strength, of course. And there's weight and durability. You have to repair it, obviously. But at one point you will end up without a weapon and without repair tools, and then you're screwed. So, rapiers, that stuff. Yeah, wait a minute. There's also the scaling, interesting. So, light attack deals 100% thrust damage, slash damage. And there's no light ender. Light middle swipes deal 30% thrust damage. Maybe multiple times because it says swipes. Heavy attack deals 133. Maybe this one focuses on speed more than anything else. What about that one? It has similar values than that, right? Yeah, 100, 15, 120, 160. Same thing as this. Diverse weapon that allows for ranged throwing attacks or rapid close quarters attacks. But do you lose the weapon if you throw it? What about that one? Spear. It utilizes long range, of course, aggressive static position, and applies persistent pressure to targets. Sure. Holds them at bay. Charge heavy attacks is 165. The damage numbers are almost similar, but this focuses on thrusts. This one focuses on slashes. And of course, chopping attacks AoE and whatnot. Like this one goes around you, this one goes in front of you. And what does this one do? Strike damage. Slash, thrust, slash. That's the only thing with a strike, actually. What does this one do? Thrust damage and thrust damage. Yeah, the Warhammer is the only special thing with strike damage. What's so special about that? A mighty combat hammer that can cause the earth to quake with its crushing strikes. Ideal for impeding enemies with ground tremors or dealing cripple blows directly to a target. Maybe the strike damage is able to pass through enemy shielding or something like that. But the scaling is also fairly similar. 100, 120, 160, or in this case it's slightly higher, but maybe the speed is a bit lower. What about that one? Thrust damage for the short draw and the long draw? Ooh, almost twice as much damage. But the question is, can you do this in almost twice as much time with the long draw, right? Because as long as you have enough ammunition, no one cares. Standard attack deals 100% thrust damage, but nothing more because your cartridges are only able to do so much. Ideal for keeping targets at distance and long-ranged combat with a high payoff for precise aim. It does 100% damage. Probably goes in a straight line, but the bow maybe go in a certain arc, does it? I don't know. But that's weird. Anyway, what about the fiery stuff? Magical stuff that consumes mana to ignite the blaze. Power fire spells. Excels at area denial, dealing fire damage over large swaths and burning targets. Light attack deals 100% fire damage. Okay. Heavy attack deals 140 fire damage. So it's almost somewhat the same values, like 100, 120, 140, whatever. This one is a bit better than that. But it does nature damage, also slightly more for some reason. A magical stuff that consumes mana to apply the restorative power of nature spells, ideal for supporting allies in combat with powerful healing and buffing spells. But then again, it also does nature damage, very neat. It also does more. Like, why would you ever want to have a fire stuff if this one does more damage overall? And then you have ice damage, which does the same as the fire thingy. Gauntlet that consumes mana to summon the freezing powers of ice spells. Great for dealing persistent damage by calling upon the elemental storm, summoning ice, utilizing freezing attacks that hinder enemies. Okay, so this one slows them down. This one burns the grind, hopefully, but only when there's grass there. So, what about that one? Trading skills. I do not... Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. Sadly, you don't get any information on how good this item will be if you make it. Maybe it has a certain random component to it. So let's see. We have iron rapiers. This is the stuff that we can make. Sure. At level 0. Weaponsmithing. Then we get armoring with an awful lot of stuff at the beginning. What's the heavy stuff? There's fur and shadewalker shoes, so it's more leathery. What about engineering? Is there like... Is there heavy metal armor in here? Yes, there is. Guarding plate helm. Binder pickup? No. Outfitting station and forge. Okay. This one is only available in the forge. Engineering at the workshop and the forge. Flint logging axe. So this is all good cartridges. Okay. Good for the bows and stuff. Nice. But the thing is, engineering is good if you need like cartridges, flint. Yeah. This is pretty good if you want to get the bows, but you can just sidestep it and use magic instead. You can just use magic all the time, right? You don't need to get good engineering in order to make your arrows and whatnot. And then we got jewelry, which does things, random things, probably. What does it do? Outfitting station. Okay. Arcana, what's that? Iron fire stuff. There you go. The arcane repository. Common corruption tincture. What does it do? Use. Fully remove the corruption affliction and gain mana resistance to it for a short duration of time. There's also a blight affliction. There's so many afflictions here. Health potion, mana potion, common regeneration potion. Does both at the same time. There's a focus potion for the things. I don't want to read through that. Ancient coding. Codings usually are good for, I would say, dealing more damage to a certain kind of beast or something. Gives 10% damage against lost. Yeah. Some special kind of enemies. There's also cooking, obviously, which increases health regeneration. Very useful. Furnishing. Warm iron lantern. It's one of the late game kind of stuff here. Then, what does the stool actually do other than look nice? Good times in the bat. Then we have smelting. So this is the stuff that actually makes things, and then you have to make the resources in order to finish the crafting. And this is where smelting comes in. So you have woodworking, you have leatherworking on a tannery. What else you have? Wait a minute, what's this? Runic leather. You got weaving, you got stone cutting. Okay, that's for the jewelry. That's for cloth stuff. Engineering, arcana, cooking. Where's Sui? Wait a minute. Armoring. Yeah. Light headwear, medium chestwear, and so on and so forth. I think it kind of depends what armor you are going to make. Anyway, we got gathering for the logging, mining, fishing, harvesting, and trekking stuff. Young trees, gathering at 0. Gatherable at... Okay, wait a minute. So, young trees at 0. The larger the... you have to be really good at it. Nice. So this is how it restricts it. Tracked at 125. Tracked at 0. Okay. That's pretty cool with the tracking, because that means you can look for them easier in the wild. So, you got mining, you got fishing. 2 broad hotspots, discoverable and trackable at 2. 1 broad hotspot, trackable at... Wait. Okay, you have 1 broad and 1 rare hotspot. What's the difference? You have a broad hotspot, 2 broad hotspots, and then another one, then 2 broad spots again. That's weird. 1 broad, 1 rare, 1 broad, 1 broad, 1 rare. Can it be that you have to track them and mark them on the map or something? That's weird. Whatever. Mining is like iron, silver, oil, whatever. Interesting. Harvesting is, of course, the plants. Then tracking and skinning for the animals. Oh, you can skin animals that are up to level 10. At skill level 10, you will be able to skin animals up to level 15. And so on and so forth. So it's always... Wait a minute. It shifts. What kind of progression is this? I mean, it's nice that you get some kind of progression in it, right? But it's very complicated. Like, it starts with a skill level 0, and you can get animals to level 10. And then it increases by... Or like at the next 10 points, you can get to animals that are 5 levels higher. And then all of a sudden it reverses. And then it is 5 levels below your skill level. And then 15 levels below that. And then 25 and so on. But why can't you just have it the same level? Wouldn't that make much more sense? And then you can just adjust the experience bar for it. That would make so much more sense. Because... I don't even know what you get for the in-between levels. Anyway. Alright, so what else we got? Achievements. Complete this and this and that. And do you get any bonuses for it? Defeat, reward title, titles. Great. So, alright. Not gonna look into the achievements any further because that happens when it happens. Alrighty. Why is there all of a sudden so much in the chat bar? I don't want to... How do you move the mouse? Don't want to show that all the time. Text size. Can shrink a little bit to like maybe 15 or something like that. It's okay. Message fade delay after that much. Gameplay opacity is like... Nah. Always show... Wait, what? Close after send. Yeah, enable alert. Wait, why is it that the chat is so... Area, global, no. Why is there all of a sudden so much? There we go. It was all the way to the top of the bloody screen. I'm not interested in having the chat show that far. What I want to do is actually change the UI on it. What happens if I lower that one a little bit? Okay, so this is the... interesting. So it's in-game, but no, I want to always see it at least. Language filter, sure. Emotes and so on. Oh, how do I make it not take up that much space? Because that one goes all the way to the top, but it might only be in the... yeah, only in here. I want to, like, halve the size of that. Is there a way to change the UI, user interface? There's gameplay, there's visuals. There is the contrast, brightness, field of... Oh, yeah, field of view. I want to check that. So this is at 50. Let's maximize it and get it to 70. Much better. Much better. It looks kind of distorted, but to be honest, you can see more. I like a higher field of view so much more. Just because of the fact that you can see so many things. Alright. So, what else we got in the settings? Preferences? No. Visuals, communication, it could be social. What else is this? Chat, there we go. Chat gameplay opacity is the same thing. Message background sets the chat message background opacity. No, it would that fade delay? Text size, well, that's that. I want to have an option to change the chat box. That would make more sense. Oh, wait a minute. What is the button for chatting? Just so I don't accidentally tap that thing. Social, let's enter. Chat command is that. Push to talk is V. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Let's just hope that I don't talk through that. Toggle, social thingy. Sure. The thing is, there's no way for you to check your input volume. You can only hold it. Alright, at least you know when you're speaking if you see this little thingy on top of you. But still, it is quite annoying that you always see the chat down here and then there's no way for you to change the size of the chat box. Always show time, close after send, enable alerts, language filter, gameplay opacity, message background, fade delay, 130. Like the thing is, you don't need a... If there's always something new popping up, right, then it's never going to fade away. That's the thing. How do I make this go away? I could go into global or feed or whatever, but how do I change the feed? How does that work? Includes this channel in the feed. Oh, okay. Okay. Briefly displays messages while viewing menus that would otherwise hide chat. Additionally includes this channel in the feed. Alerts must be enabled in chat display settings. Okay, so you can either put it to muted or all the way into the feed. And then you have, of course, your settings for the specific global and whatnot. So the feed is something very custom. So what I'm gonna do is put everything on mute, except for maybe direct messages and stuff like that. There we go, much nicer. Sweet. Alright. Cleaned out the chat. And if I want to see something more, then... no notifications, then I can just click on global and then I go back onto feed and everything is cleaned out. Perfect. Nice. Nice. Alright, anything more? Probably not. So, let's end this little preparational episode for that, which took a very long time, but this is what you usually need in order to get used to most of it. And yeah, then I'm probably going to change some buttons in order to at least more easily select items and whatever. That's weird. Okay, wait. There's one thing that I'm kind of baffled about, and it's this one here. There's wheel up and wheel down for cycling weapons. There's the cycle weapons modifier, left alt. Oh, maybe I have to hold this down. Okay, you have to hold down the modifier and then you can switch between the weapons. Otherwise you toggle the zoom functionality of this. Okay, the other way would be to just click on 1 and 2 in order to quickly select that. But at least this way you can use it as well on consoles and so on. Anyway, as I said before, let's not stretch this episode out even further because it already is fairly long, and continue with this one in the next. Until... and like and subscribe, of course. Wait, what kind of emote do we have though? Can I... How do I emote? How do I emote? Can I even emote? Gameplay. It's usually something with socials. Social O. Character, journal. Accept banner, decline notification, make camp. Toggle army, use repair. Where is it? P. P for emote. Alright, so let's see. P. I have some emotes. Yes. So I can do that. Is there a way to do this quicker? Like right clicking and then... Yeah, how would you quickly emote something? So we have waiting, which is the thing that I kind of bought there. Pretty neat. So, nice. The thing is, you cannot move the camera around if you're in this view here. But yeah, we get cheer, we get dice, we get here, we get go, we get flex, we get sit, we get wave, we get thumbs up. Oh, yeah, by the way, like and subscribe. Ta-ta.